having a period for over 10 years now. So easily more than 100 times I've been on my period. But some way, somehow, I always forget. And sometimes I catch myself like the week before my period being very like just irritable, like hate everything, very dramatic. And then I get my period and I'm shocked. Like, girl, like, yeah. And I track my cycle, mind you. I do all the things. I have a theory. Part of the PMS, like all those symptoms, have a thing with like memory, or like our brains forget the trauma. Like it's like selective memory. I don't know if that's true, but here I am taking like tummy, like cramp pills because what the fuck is this? But anyways, today we're gonna have a good day. Actually, I had planned that day to hang out in the city to have, just a little date together. And I got my period. I was like, ugh, I'm not in the mood. I'm tired. My body is aching. But actually, no, maybe that's the right thing to do, to treat myself and to just have a good time. Especially because today is July 23rd, meaning the Olympics mess has started. Well, it officially starts on the 26th. And I was just checking on the government website. Some areas you need a QR code, like you need to justify why you're there. Is this for a doctor's appointment? Is this for, are you living in an area? It's like back in COVID days in France, we had to have QR codes, or like we had to justify why we were outside. So hopefully we can, I don't need to do that. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much. I'm not in the mood. But nonetheless, we're gonna have a good day, okay? We're gonna have a good day, I promise. Woo, please, let me have a good day, chat. This pimple has been trying to join for a week, but I did not read it as a sign that I was menstruating. I'm telling you. They're gaslighting us. I got these fruits the other day. They're called kumquat. It kind of smells like a cutie, like a clementine, like this. Wait. While we wait for this to dry, I have a quick question. What is going on? What's up? Like, is it just me? I'm also very hormonal, so maybe it is. Is it just my circumstances, or is it just in the environment? Is it in the air? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna ruin this. I'll just say this now. I'm in a melancholic mood. If I get deep sometimes, it is what it is, okay? You've been warned. So lately, I've been watching a lot of videos of therapists talking about attachment styles. So if you don't know, the attachment theory is a framework that classifies people in 4 different attachment styles. They all have their roots in your childhood and how you were cared for or uncared for. I find that theory very, very interesting because it ties into so much in my life, not just in terms of relationships, but my approach to responsibilities, to work, to effort, to hope, optimism. All these things are very much informed by my attachment style and my childhood wounds and experiences. By the way, my attachment style is dismissive avoidant. But lately I've really had an epiphany on how it ties into not just how I relate to people, but how I relate to myself. And that was, whoa. I did not know this was impacting my perspective on self-worth, self-esteem. And so yeah, the past few days I've been watching a lot of those content because I don't read anymore for some reason. I don't know, the last time I picked up a book was a long time ago, unfortunately. But yeah, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. It's deeper than I thought. Okay, I think it's dry. Let's do a quick makeup. You know, one of the biggest flex for me is a skin that does not require foundation. Like, nobody needs foundation, but I'm saying like I have hyperpigmentation. I would love for my skin to completely be even. I'm gonna achieve flawless skin through the power of skincare. I've been on Korean skincare since 2014. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, it's good if you're looking for an SPF. The CosRX is perfect, really. But this one is good too. It's more watery. Speaking of hyperpigmentation, I'm gonna just do some on my mouth. Not too much because I'm not using foundation. So this is supposed to be a foundation. It's by Black Up, but it is so orange. I never wore that as a foundation, but it's good to color correct. But yeah, the more I learn about psychology and all these other like personal development stuff and look at my life experiences and my traumas, it makes so much sense. Everything just connects, like it's great. But wow, there's a lot of work. I've been already intentionally doing the work to be responsible for myself, for my emotions, for my thoughts, and for my actions and for my circumstances. But wow, you know, it's both like fascinating to see how much the first 3 years of your life, they're not a fatality, or they're not, you know, but they are very pivotal on how you, the quality of human being you're going to become. Part of it is very sad because you're not in control of anything when you're as young as 3. It's kind of unfair, but the cool thing is that you can learn about it. It starts with awareness that there's an issue, and then you having the curiosity to look into it and not remain in your ego. Learn out of curiosity, and then a good amount of courage to try to become better and be better for yourself, for the people around you. I want to say ever since I moved into my apartment that I'm in right now, so about 3 years ago, this is when I gave myself the space to even think about things like that. Until then, I did not realize how much I was living in survival mode. And then another layer was me ending my corporate contract. Crazy, I'm telling you, man. You know, we say it's all about mindset. It's all about mindset. If you want to change, if you want to see things differently. And it's true. It starts with your mind. We don't talk about how much your environment also puts your mind in a certain box. If you don't change your environment, like your mind cannot even conceptualize the other possibilities. It's kind of like that. Not always, but for me, it definitely happened that way. Like, whoa. Oh my God, bro. Sometimes I wonder like what kind of person I would be if I was still living on my parents, or if I was still working a corporate job. I think I would probably be okay on the surface because I would keep on going on autopilot, but internally I would be dead, and that's not an understatement. And I can only say that with certainty now because I know what I had to uncover from those moments, those years. Just gonna do 2 boops. This is so pigmented, oh my God. Not everybody's gonna relate to what I'm saying right now, and that's okay. I'm not always trying to be relatable, but the peoples who do, then they really know, because like, whoa. But for, like I said, for the past 3 years, I've been very, very present with myself because I was forced to, you know. Living alone is you discover things about yourself, you live differently, you eat differently, you realize, oh, this is actually my sleep pattern. Like, it's so different. You learn yourself again, and that's beautiful, but that comes with a lot of uncovering the past you, or not even the past. I don't even think it was the past me. I think it was a survival me, you know? It wasn't even me for real. Hold on. Just gonna get messy. I was reading a book called Les 5 blessures qui empêchent d'être soi-même. This book is amazing. It talks about childhood wounds and literally how it shows up in your body, in your, how you, like the allergies that you have, the hypersensitivity to some things, and oof, so good. I love the moment of like, oh my God, connecting the dots. It was talking about the 5 types of childhood wounds that people go through in their formative years. Me connecting that with dismissive, avoidant, attachment style. There's a saying that how you do one thing is how you do everything. Your core perspective and self-beliefs really inform how you move, not only with the world around you, but with yourself. Wow, this was such a light bulb moment. But earlier I was talking about that attachment style. Yes, it's not fair that we're trapped into wounds and patterns since childhood, but I think that's your responsibility as an adult to tend to those things. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking steps to be more vulnerable, to put myself out there. This is literally what I'm doing. This YouTube video is essentially exposure therapy, like vlogging in public, speaking to myself or speaking to my phone. It's definitely exposure therapy. There's nothing comfortable here. I'm doing the same in my relationships in the way where I am allowing myself to be more vulnerable, to talk about my feelings and kind of let people in more. It does not come naturally because this is exactly where my wound lies. You know, the dismissive avoidant style is very has a lot to do with fear of intimacy. There is a lack of communication, boundaries that are not the best. And also, like, now that I think of it, people pleasing tendencies too, because when you don't communicate, you kind of have to go with the flow of what people want because you're not voicing your needs and your wants. So you're just like going with the flow because you don't want to be in a confrontation, not even confrontation, but you don't want to disrupt the harmony. So there's definitely people pleasing tendencies there. Oof. Gymnastics and shit. Putting on my headphones because Alita looks like I'm on the phone with somebody. It's a lovely day. I'm at Place des Vosges. I got new shoes. I got new sandals. But yeah, I'm about to go home. It was a good day. I'm glad I went out and I'm glad I did this exposure therapy. The more I do vlogging and the more I do this in public, the easier it is for me to not feel awkward, and not just on YouTube, but even on in my life. Some topics that I talk about here, I don't have with a lot of people in my life, but I don't feel uncomfortable when people come up to me and say, "Oh, I saw your video." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Like it's fine. I'm at peace with it now. Not avoiding the awkwardness or the shame that comes with putting myself out there, being seen, trying or failing in front of people. Like everybody fails at something at some point, so I'm trying to embrace it all step by step. I'm gonna go home now. I got some tea. I'm seriously putting you on. Go to this Sustrain Grains shop. It's a Danish brand. Amazing tea blends. They have one with cherry and apple, and this one is mint and blueberry. So good. Girl, we're back. I'm in comfy clothes. While I was on the subway, I realized I did not even finish my thought. Dismissive avoidance. Another thing that I unpacked about dismissive avoidance, your desires and emotional needs were rejected as a child, and then you're now rejecting that you have needs and desires, so you don't express them to people. But the thing that really had me like, what the hell, you are also denying your own needs to yourself and desires. I've low key been like self sabotaging myself. Somewhere in me, I'm denying myself the happiness that could result from achieving a goal. And I really had to sit down with this thought and really be real with myself. Like, I say I want these things, but do I think that I'm deserving of it? That's a different story. That's deep. Ooh, this is very deep. But hey, I'm accepting it for what it is and I'm embracing it too. You know, I'm taking the steps that I think will, take me there. But at the end of the day, we are all dealing with something. Everybody. Some people they just seem to have it all figured out. Like, but you don't know what they've been through. We all are dealing with some sort of trauma or negative self talk, or some people are literally just alive. They're not living, but they're just out there, no self awareness, and that's cool too. They're happy, Ignorance is bliss. It's kind of sad that we are all wounded in some way. It's also reassuring to think that I'm not alone, and we all are trying to just be better. The exhibition was about the performance that happened last September, and I was sitting there watching the documentary, and I really want to do something with my hands. Like, I realize that all of the things that I do, whether it's my professional project that I'm working on, or editing videos, or DJing, well, DJing not so much, but a lot of it requires me to be sitting at a desk with a computer. And I'm kind of getting an overdose of devices and technology. But yeah, girls, I'm tired of being in front of a screen. I don't know, maybe I'll take a pottery class or something, or pick up my bass that I've abandoned for months. Let's keep on doing our best, enjoying the summer, the seasonal change. I know it's halfway through the year, it's July. Yes, yes. I hope you're not feeling anxious or feeling like you're running out of time. You have time. And also, I'm sure we've made progress since January. Let's just keep going. Let's apply the pressure. Yay!